everyone. Thank you for having me. I'm Narcisse Kibolo Parfait, the CEO of AgriInvest. I'll be sharing with you our activities and our impact as a social business. AgriInvest is a social business which have a mission statement of to improve the living conditions of men and women living from agriculture. Why this mission statement? Because when you look around in Cameroon, nearly 60% of the total workforce are smallholder farmers, and they suffer a lot of challenges, among which low yield due to outdated agricultural practice, and also a very bad value chain due to an industry inefficiency. So all of these challenges they have been facing overshadows any hope of these people to, overcome poverty sustainably. And in the farmers region, among those farmers, we found 100,000 households, mainly women and young people, who have been producing the raw rice called paddy, and have been severely affected by the Boko Haram threat that brought to an end the unsustainable market chain of their activity, because the buyers were coming from Nigeria, and due to the insecurity, they were not coming again to buy their raw material. So all of these challenges is for all the smallholder farmers around the globe, and we try to respond to that because we believe that right enabling conditions and targeted supports can transform a rural landscape and by using the small farmers themselves. So as solutions, we provide a complete set of service to small farmers made of regular technical trainings in order to help them learn better farming practices, and also an interest-free credit input for women farmers. We also go into the farm and monitor their production and create a secure and stable market for them by buying their whole production. So we believe that what we do help achieving the UN Sustainable Development Goals by ending poverty, achieving food security, and reducing gender inequality. So our theory of change is shown below. In order to to meet our mission, we have three core activities. The first is to provide technical farm assistance through trainings, and we also organize farmers into cooperatives and offer also farm monitoring, and we provide financing for inputs, which is interest free for women, and purchase their production and ensure the processing of their product or the packaging, depending on the product. Those activities leads to outputs such as improved sustainable agronomic practices and more organized farmers, and also enhance their productivity and create, as we say, the sustainable market for them. So the end consumers, on the other hand, access quality local rice. As outcome, the farmers' assets and the income grows, and rural women get themselves empowered, and local food also grows. So leading to impacts, which is, improved living conditions of the rural communities, food security, and stronger rural communities. Up to date, AgriInvest has worked with 3,000 family farmers who have increased their income by 20% after receiving our technical training and farm monitoring, leading them to increase their yields and lower their production costs. Among those family farmers, 1,500 women farmers benefited from an interest-free credit for their inputs. And going beyond agriculture, we have helped finance the construction of 20 clean water supply points, a classroom, and a training sewing center for women in one of the villages we work. So when you look around, the number of people we have been working with, the employees and the farmers and the financing of other activities, we have touched around 80,000 80,000 lives. The target market for this project typical rice farmers of the Far North region, 100,000 households. They are currently producing nearly 80,000 tons of paddy per year. So there are several reasons we think they can adopt our program, which is, among others, improving their living condition, increasing their income, and also asset growth, free charge of service such as trainings, farm monitoring, and flexible loan payments, and creating a secure market for them by investing in processing and packaging. This is something that differentiates us from a lot of competitors. But there are also some reasons they might not be adopting our program, among which lack of awareness of the program, or don't know how to contact the company because some may have understood but don't know who to contact, or simply because they participate maybe in other similar activities. Standards of produce also are some requirements that we put that can bring farmers not to get embarked in our program. Our paying customer target at the rice distributors, they represent a $300 million US market by importing nearly 800,000 tons of rice, white rice per year. And their main reason for adoption of our program: price, quality, ease of business, because it's easy to conduct business with us. We are less bureaucratic, and we really care about the feedback of the product we sell to them. And reason for non-adoption, probably the quantity, because they are distributors, so they need large quantity, and the regularity of and availability of the product, delivery assurance, unknown brands are among those things we think they can not be adopting our program. So competitive advantage, when we look around the competitors, we have three main, we can categorize ourselves in three main categories. We have AgriInvest, government programs, and the government company named SAMRI, and other non-profit organizations. The difference here is that we have deep cooperation with farmers, and we invest in the capacity building of the communities. In meantime, SAMRI don't do that a lot, and non-profit, though they do it, when it comes at the processing of the, products, end products, we invest a lot in high quality product because we have business requirements, so what other competitors don't. So this make us differentiate us from other stakeholders in the local industry of rice. So the value proposition here for the beneficiary will be smallholder farmers who aspire to improve their living conditions. AgriInvest is a company that provides a holistic program, enable them to prosper. Unlike government and non-profit agencies whose approach are limited in their impacts, our program builds an ecosystem that enables the farmers to unleash a continued development for their rural communities. And for the paying customers, distributors and wholesalers who needs competitive high quality, AgriInvest company that provides a local exportable high quality produce at distributor convenience. Unlike government and non-profit agencies whose products are poor in quality, our products are locally produced through a sustainable agricultural program that brings small farmers out of poverty. As far as marketing strategy, in order to target our beneficiaries, we use word of mouth, radio ads, door-to-door awareness, text campaign, and partnering with NGOs, or we're looking into things like branded sacks and vehicles that match with sacks and t-shirts or branded apparel for farmers. As far as marketing strategy is concerned, for distributors, we use traditional marketing strategy in print magazines and newspapers, word of mouth, direct trade shows, and direct meetings, B2B meetings. We currently have different types of partnership, among which the distributors that we have signed contracts, NGOs to help us build the capacity of the communities, sign MOU, and wholesalers. We have informal agreements, and also suppliers of the inputs. So the chain we start with small farmers who receive all our program and gain around 80% to production yields and 70% net profit per hectare. And AgriInvest that provides all these program, be it the microloans, the technical trainings, and farm monitoring, and then buy it their production, the products at $350 to $100 per ton, and sell it around $500 per ton. And distributors add their margin, and retail customer also. Current economics is the number of ton of rice. So with the investments that we are seeking, AgriInvest will need to sell 7,157 tons of rice in order to cover the fixed costs and break even. But we anticipate to sell in that first year 24,000 tons, so with a pre-tax profit of 3,200,000. And nearly 2 smallholder families are impacted by each ton of rice we produce. So as we anticipate to produce 24,000 in the first year, it means that 48,000 families will be impacted in 2019. And we have to note that each family has an average of 4.5 person. So in our loan budget, you will see that in 2018 we have $900,000 US, which is we will be distributed through the inputs loan program, and it increases in the years to come and reach the maximum capacity of the factory we want to build, which will be then a budget of $7,500,000 US, $5,500,000 US. And the sales also goes up, and you will see that from 2018, 3 million, we go in 2019 when the factory will be there to 12 million, and up to 25 million in our maximum capacity situation. Also, the cash flows at the ending cash flow is been moving up. You'll see from 1 million, we go on to 3 million, 5 million, and 9 million when maximum capacity. So it means that the strength of the company has been, sustainable, as you can see in the chart. It's the same thing in the balance sheets. The company's total assets has been growing with our projections from 2 million to 15 million in the case of our maximum capacity activity. So we grow in terms of value as a company. So there are strategic initiatives. The first one is to raise our Series A fundraising, which is $6 million US, and the second one is to try to reduce the rice production costs. We are working on that throughout this year. So there is a dashboard of HR. We have some positions such as the CEO, CFO, product manager, sales managers, field officers, engineers, machine operators, and drivers. You will see that the compensations differs from the current year to the next year, because current year people are working not with the normal payments. So we hope that by the next year, by investing in our processing facilities and a new factory, we'll be able to pay normally our human resources. So the capital requirement here is 2 million in equity, 4 million in debt as soft loan preferred. So the 2 million will be to build the factory, and the 4 million will be to fund the cash flow. So it will enable us to serve 48,000 families in the first year and 50,000 in the second year, 2020. This is funding track sheets that we track different types of prospect funders. Trappers, Richard Kaplan, Road Capital, Open Road Alliance, etc. So here is a video link that shows the activities we have been carrying and the impact in the lives of the people we have been working with. Thank you for your time, and thank you for supporting us. Thank you.